Hello, I'm Wendy, a dog trainer here at Leader of the Pack. In this video, I want to share with you 5 tips for communicating effectively with your dog. An important component of building or even repairing the relationship with your dog is communication. What words you use, how you use them, and what your body language is saying. So clear, consistent communication is fundamental to demonstrating leadership to your dog. Miscommunication between humans and their dogs is a common cause of problems in the home as well as in obedience training. So when working with a client who is experiencing behavioural issues, the first thing I look at is how they communicate with their dog. We work through ways to improve this communication to help resolve these common behavioural issues. And of course, if you welcome a new dog or puppy into your family, the first area I recommend that everyone focuses on is communication. So as you know, dogs communicate primarily through body language, and while humans do too, we are much more focused on verbal communication. We are different species after all, so sometimes things are just lost in translation. But providing clear, consistent communication to your dog or puppy is critical to the success of your everyday life together. Now, before we get into the rest of the video, I would appreciate it if you would join the Leader of the Pack dog training community by liking this video and subscribing to my channel. Start by setting up a list of house rules for your dog. The house rules are basically a list of do's and don'ts for how you want your dog or puppy to behave. Examples of house rules could include where your dog sleeps, whether or not they are allowed on the furniture, and how you want them to greet you when you get home. It's also a good idea to agree on what command words you will use for which action. Will you use the word drop or down when you want your dog to lay down? How about when you want them to get off the furniture or drop what they have in their mouths? Drop and down can be used for multiple different actions, and it can be really confusing for your dog if people are not using the commands in the same way. I have created templates for house rules and common command words that are available for free download from my website. I will leave the link in the description box below. Other than your command words, there are 2 other sounds you should use with your dog. One of them for when they are doing what you want, and the other for when they are not. These sounds will quickly and effectively let your dog know whether or not they are doing what they are doing is okay and acceptable to you. So the first one is a marker word. So a marker word is a sound that we use to communicate to our dogs when they are doing something that we want them to do. We mark our dog's behaviour when they comply with a command or when they offer appropriate behaviour instead. It's like going to their dog bed. A marker word is usually a short sound like yes or good, and we pair this with some kind of reward like our attention or food, so our dogs build up a positive association with the sound. The second sound is a verbal correction. Now, a verbal correction is a sound we use to communicate to our dogs to stop their unwanted behaviour. The dog might be counter surfing, chewing on your shoes, or choose not to comply with a known command, like sit, for example. Common examples of a verbal correction are no, stop, or even no thank you. Use a stern voice and confident body language. Now, if we don't communicate to our dogs when they're doing something wrong, how will they know? A verbal correction won't hurt your dog's feelings or cause emotional distress when used correctly. It is meant to help the dog learn what behaviour is not allowed so they don't do it again. Okay, the third tip is body language. Practice confident body language. Stand up straight, shoulders back, chest out. Don't lean or hunch over your dog. If you need to get closer to them, crouch down while maintaining your upright upper body. Use your arms and hands to point and direct your dog, and use physical cues to help them to follow your verbal commands. Walk with confidence and hold your head up high both around the home and when out on walks. Remember, dogs are great at reading your physical cues, and when you channel calm, confident vibes, your dog will respond in kind. Okay, so when giving a command to your dog, make sure that you have their attention first so you can be sure they hear you. Plus, make sure you are using the correct command word for the action that you want. Only give the command once and then follow through to either help the dog into position or to give them a reward. And my final tip is consistency. Be fair to your dog. Be consistent with the rules and command words you use. It's okay to change the rules if you need to, as long as you teach your dog the new rules. It would be unfair to suddenly correct them for previously allowed behaviour. Be consistent with the behaviour you expect from your dog and how you follow through with them. I hope you enjoyed the video and have learned new ways to improve the relationship with your dog through effective communication. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.